All right, guys, we just got done taking care of our vocabulary. The question you should have been thinking about is, what business could you start? Here comes our story to give us a better idea about these businesses. This one's called Dollars and Cents. You know, it's got a dollar sign for the word cents there. Behind the success of these big businesses is a desire to help others. Our genre for this week is informational text. In fact, it's going to be a persuasive writing. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. So this is information is going to have lots of information for you. Good business is not always about the bottom line. What the bottom line means is how much money you make. A compassionate company knows that making money is not the only way to measure success. Many large businesses in the United States and all over the world are finding unusual ways to help people in need. Here comes the first business now. There's our topic. It says hearts and souls. And that's not soul like your soul that we want to go to heaven. This is like soles of your feet. After starting and running 4 businesses, Blake Makowski wanted to break from his usual routine. In 2006, he traveled to Argentina and South America. And while he was there, he learned to sail and to dance. He also visited poor villages where very few of the children had shoes. Makowski decided he had to do something. I'm going to start a shoe company. And for every pair I sell, I'm going to give 1 pair to a kid in need. Could you imagine that? You make 2 pairs of shoes, you get paid for one, and the other one you give away free. For this new undertaking, Makowski started the business using his own money. He named it Tom's Shoes for Tomorrow. The slip-on shoes are modeled on shoes that traditionally were worn by the Argentinian workers. So he made the shoes just like that they would have been used to in Argentina. Makowski immediately set up his innovative 1-for-1 program. Tom's gives away 1 pair of shoes for every pair that is purchased. Later that year, Makowski returned to Argentina and he gave away 10,000 pairs of shoes. By 2011, Tom's had donated over 1 million pairs. Could you imagine handing out 1 million pairs of shoes for free over just a 5-year period? How fun that would be. The company has expanded to sell eyeglasses in a similar program. 1 pair of eyeglasses is donated for every pair that is bought. Makowski is pleased and surprised. I always thought I would spend the first half of my life making money and the second half giving it away. Makowski says, I never thought I could do both at the same time. So here he's running a business, and he's still making money. You have to make money to be able to eat, but he's using a lot of that profit to be able to donate these shoes to other people. Well, let's read about another one. Giving Back Rocks. Have you ever heard of the Hard Rock Cafe? The company runs restaurants and hotels. In 1990, the company launched a new enterprise, charity. Since then, it has given away millions of dollars to different causes. Its motto is love all, serve all. One of the companies raises funds for charity is by selling a line of t-shirts. The process starts with rock stars designing the art that goes on the shirt. Then the shirts are sold on the internet. Part of the money that is raised from the sales of the shirts is given to charity. Now, charity is to groups that will use it for people that are homeless or people that are very poor or people that need help. Employees at the Hard Rock Cafe locations are encouraged to raise money for the community. Every store does it differently. There's a little picture with a caption. Hard Rock Cafes are successful and give back to the community. Here are the top 5 charities. You have United Way Worldwide, the Salvation Army, AmeriCares, Feed the Children, and Food for the Poor. And that's about how much money they raise each year. Individuals as well as businesses are committed to helping people in need. This graph shows the American charities that got the most donations in one recent year and how much money they raised. Jumping back to the Hard Rock Cafe, the restaurant in Hollywood, Florida worked with some exceptional students from 2 Florida high schools. Together they put on an event to raise money for a Make-A-Wish Foundation. The foundation grants wishes to children with serious mental problems. The bottom line, every day companies are thinking of innovative ways to give back to their community. If you own a business, making a profit is important. However, helping others is just as important as the bottom line. Helping others is good business. What an awesome story. It's very exciting to see these big businesses making a lot of money giving back to their communities. Maybe someday you'll be a business owner and you'll inspire your workers to give back to their communities. Our assignment today is twofold. First of all, it's the normal vocabulary worksheet for today. Today it's a little bit different. First we're going to answer a question and then we're going to use the word in our own sentence. So last week and the weeks before we've been ending sentences, but now you get to make your own sentence, which I think is sometimes easier. First we have to doctor up this sheet a little bit. I like it if you would write a line in front of every number. We're going to write the answer to the question on the line in front so that it doesn't waste any of the room for our sentences. Okay? All right, start with our names on top. What is another word for a regular series of actions? A regular series of actions. Is that a process? Is that funds? Is that routine, enterprise, undertaking, exceptional, compensate, and innovative? And I like to look back if I have to. Process, important steps in a process. Process. What's regular series of actions? That's process. So I'm going to put process here. So there's my answer to the first one. Now I have to use process in a sentence. Okay? I followed the steps in a process for building my grill. We had this big, huge grill that we got one year, and some of my children and I, we put it together. We had to follow all the steps in the process. And if you didn't follow it, the grill would not have turned out. Well, obviously you didn't build the grill, so maybe you want to say, I follow the steps in the process of baking chocolate chip cookies. Or I follow the steps in a process for tying my shoes, right? First crisscross, put it under, pull it tight, make a loop, go around the tree, or you guys do the bunny ears, a process for tying your shoes. Okay, what is a sum of money set aside for something? Which one was the sum for money? Money. Oh yeah, that was funds. I got process done. I'm on to funds. Funds. Sum of money set aside. Well, I have funds. What would I use funds for? Maybe for a vacation. I went to the bank to get my funds, my funds for the vacation. Period. Make sure I use my word in the sentence. Box that word up. You can use funds for almost anything you want. Maybe you were saving up funds to buy a new gaming system. Maybe you had some funds, some birthday money, some birthday funds set aside to go out for a special dinner. Okay? All right. What word might describe something that is out of the ordinary? And that one's pretty easy because you got the word ordinary in the answer. Extraordinary. And extraordinary would be our exceptional. I'm not going to give you a sentence for that. Maybe you want to tell me about something that you're exceptional at. And the last one I helped you with, number 4. What is another word for something someone decides to start? Something that somebody decides to start. I hope that you picked undertaking. Remember, it was a kid's bedroom was such a mess, and he was going to decide to start to take on cleaning it. That's called an undertaking. I'm going to use the word undertaking. My bedroom was such a mess. It was quite the undertaking to get it cleaned up. All right, so you got to have a sentence for each one. I didn't give you ones for these, just some ideas. These are where you're going to have the ones that are left. Remember, we used 4 of them already. You have 4 left. Use your small read if you need to help you. All right, we're not finished yet, though. Here's what I'd like you to do. Turn this over on the back side. One idea of a business I could start. Well, that's one idea of a business that I could start. This is the number one. One idea of a business I could start. You only need to fill 1 or 2 or 3 lines. I think that I might start a business of selling doggy treats to my neighbors because they have so many dogs. I'll set up a little stand at the end of my driveway. When they walk their dogs past my house, their dogs will want to have a doggy treat, and I can sell these to have some money. I might start a business of walking dogs. Now, obviously, I have a lot of neighbors who have dogs, so this would make sense. What do you have in your neighborhood, in your area, your community that you could start a business? Please put on these lines. I can't wait to read it.